What is up, people? Hello. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Cup Chasers for the Premier League show. We're doing a preview this week for the weekend's action. We're obviously going to be talking Chelsea, City, and Arsenal. But, of course, there is the big one at Anfield this weekend. I got a 10-0 loading. We can only hope it's going to be nice and open at 3-point lane for Eddie Howe and the Toon. So let's go ahead and get the likes up for some rival pain this week. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, of course. Thanks for being here, and let us know what you think in the comments below. I do want to start at Anfield. Liverpool, in my opinion, are going to absolutely
dominate
them a new one.
Dominate.
I'm serious. It could be 10.
Dominate. Oh, I don't 10?
Yeah, no, it could. Say what? You're like breaking up.
Oh, might see another 6.
Yep, there he is. Yeah. I definitely can see it, especially since of what I've watched of Amorim. You know, it depends on his personnel and the wingbacks, right? So I think they're going to go super defensive. And even still, the second that Dalot gets forward, the second that Mazraoui gets forward, Salah in behind is going to give is. I mean, if it's Martinez, the butcher.
Yeah.
Salah's going to score. He's going to score in this game.
He might score 2. Might score 3.
He's good. Yeah. I mean, it's this, especially if it's early. If Pool go up early, dude, it could be bad. It could be out of control. I mean, is there any hope? Can we find at any point?
I just don't want the dryer to be fucking fat.
I mean, who's gonna play? Because if it's Casemiro and Eriksen again, you know, the greatest center defensive midfielder that's ever walked the earth.
Will Casemiro be there?
I don't know. I mean, he played last game.
Out?
In the next 2 days? In the next 3 days?
The window is short, man.
Window is short.
It's short, man.
And I know they want to get rid of him.
To get rid of him.
They want to get rid of him.
I mean, they should.
I mean, because I think it's the Saudi team that wanted him. So, you know.
Get that bag.
I mean, might as well.
And they pay, unlike Barcelona. Oh, my bad.
Shots fired.
They haven't balanced the checkbook since.
Never.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Ever.
You realize that Danny Olmo's not the only player that this has happened to. They got another guy that they didn't get registered. And they spent 65 M's on Olmo.
Yeah.
The crazy part is the only reason Olmo was registered is because Christensen is hurt. So they shouldn't have been able to register from him from the start of the season.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. That would be something that United could go for, maybe. You know, he's free. You know,
why would he go there?
Oh yeah, that's the point. That's the thing about United. Why would anyone go there? The only player that I can think has any reason at all to go there is actually Victor Gyökeres. On the sole reason that he knows the coach.
But that, you know, we've seen this happen at United before, where I mean, they tried to make United Ajax when Ten Hag went there, and you saw what happened. First of all, Ajax is not the Premier League. They don't play at the level. 1 or 2 players with some dynamism, maybe, but come on now. I don't get it. They
got Anthony. What do you mean? They got the GOAT.
But Anthony is also on the block too, where I think they said Lisbon might want him.
Oh, he'd be
all kinds of teams.
Worst player.
Here's the thing that's going to suck about that whole thing, right? And I mean suck from a United standpoint, because I have no anything for them. But every one of the players that they let go of is going to be better when they go somewhere else. It's just going to happen. Like, you already know it's going to happen. Like, Anthony will score a brace in his first goal wherever he goes. Casemiro will look like a Real Madrid Casemiro.
They'll Jadon Sancho it.
Yeah. And then you'll have to understand, and even though Cristiano Ronaldo has been recently saying some goofy things, he was right when he said that it's more than the coaches in the locker room. He knows exactly what it is, and that's where they put out, like, you know, where he was like, I want to buy a team. Now, I know he wasn't saying buy United because that's a ton of money, but and I have friends that are United fans because, you know, they're legacy fans, but it's the way the team is run, man. Like, the team is run poorly. Like, we can make fun of, you know, we made fun of Bowley and all that, but we saw Bowley try in a different way where he was trying to do it a specific way. United is just stealing money out the team, man. Like, they're just taking money out of the team. They're not even like making the team good. They're trying to get names. Like, for example, the manager they have, they hired him because it was rumored City wanted him. So they tried to pip City to it. And then now they told the guy, you have to take the deal now or you won't get it again. And it's insane because we understand, and I'm being honest, right? If you or I mean, we could hate him, but if you or I was an up-and-coming manager and we had the chance to build a legacy and someone said to us, hey, you can get the United job, and if you fix them, you'll be the greatest person ever. Mm-hmm. You would take it. Like, there's no human that wouldn't take that job. So he's not wrong for taking it. He's absolutely right for taking the job, especially since, and it's different because, for example, if you say City or Arsenal, like you're replacing Wenger and you're replacing Pep, and United, they've been bad so long that anything you do that looks like the semblance of decency, you're going to be seen as a hero. Like, looking at the Jose Mourinho days when he was there and he won 2 trophies there. He looks like a genius compared to that now.
So did Ten Hag.
Yeah.
But no, but I'm gonna give
the trophy, the Cracker Jack box.
But Mourinho had them actually like qualifying in Champions League. Ten Hag didn't do that. Like, so we have to. Yeah. No, I agree, but because Ten Hag won 2, but I'm a qualified, and so you look at that and you say it's clearly not the manager, and every manager has done worse. Whereas Liverpool, they got a guy replacing probably one of their recent legends, and the man is on it. Champions League is beautiful. The league form, like, well, would he be forgiven if they bottle it? Maybe. I mean, yeah.
Yes, because his biggest excuse is going to be this isn't really his team. It's right. All he has to do is plug and play.
Right. So long as he makes
has already been.
Is that an excuse anymore, though? They're crushing it. That's not an
excuse. No. I'm not. I'm saying they're
killing it.
They're supposed to be killing it, though. Like, this is all of their swan songs. This is all of their This is their time to be completely in sync. That core is still there.
Last season was a blip. Everyone forgets that last season was a blip. The 6 seasons before last season, who was it pushing City?
And it wasn't last season. It was the season before last. It was 2 seasons ago.
It was Pool.
They were bad 2 seasons ago. It was the year before the Klopp retirement tour.
Yeah,
it was 2 seasons ago. But I get what you're saying. But
you know what I'm saying? Like, we kind of like, oh, Arsenal are now the team that's going to be second. No, Pool are still there, man. And so the fact that they're crushing it this season, while yes, it's kind of unexpected because everyone thought it'd be a drop off with a new coach, they still have the team, like you were saying, X.
We all know Virgil van Dijk's coaching that squad. Like, come on.
But in addition to that, like, it's still built in. But it's still built in where if a drop off happens, they can still fall back on. It's a new coach, they're old players. He has it built in, so even if they don't win the league, it's built in this year. Where if he doesn't win it, he's literally playing with house money. Whatever he gets this year is a win.
Yep.
So speaking of house money,
it doesn't matter.
Speaking of house money, what do you think of this cheeky little $15 million bid for Madrid for Trent?
I love it. They're upsetting the apple cart. I love it,
man.
Madrid did it to everybody else. I'm good with it too. Hey, because
honestly, I think it would be insane for Pool to let him go. While they have a chance to win all these honors this season.
You know, when that falls through.
But the thing is, people are saying, "Oh, well, Liverpool will go for the $20 million."
Well, that's actually great.
It's not though. It's not though. Because
It
think
is.
about how much money if you win the Champions League and the league.
But they're gonna get nothing. They're gonna get nothing if he leaves on a
I
free.
know, I understand that, but can they win the Premier League and the Champions League or one of them without Trent?
Yeah.
Yes, I can. I think they can.
Yeah.
Here's why.
So what's the threshold? 30?
But here's
If Madrid
why,
come
again,
with 25
I'm fine with them keeping
next
them.
week.
Well, no, I agree. I'm fine with them keeping them, but they're not. I wouldn't frown on them selling them for the following reasons. They can find a guy to play his position just to be defensively there, right?
Well, they got Connor Bradley already.
Well, and I'm saying so they're fine. In addition to that they really are playing with house money, because if he leaves and they win, then that's on him. If he leaves and they lose, we're going back to Slot was in transition anyway, so he doesn't lose anything. Like, Poole is literally anything they do this season is house money, because you can blame it on transition. So if he wins and he leaves, this guy might be more of a legend than Jurgen. Because I sent it and it was serious but jokingly. They could win the quad. Why wouldn't they?
The Arteta comparisons are definitely going to hurt if Slot wins.
Yeah, but Slot for sure. I feel confident in saying this. He's going to win at least one trophy this year. At least one.
Is he though?
Yeah, man. He's going to win one trophy.
I was about to say he's already got the Prem. Like, if
know.
we drop another game,
I'd put money. I don't bet like that. And half of the time it doesn't let me when I do try to bet. But anyways, point being, I think they have a solid run, even though I don't think they're like world beaters. I think they have a solid run at the Carabao Cup. They're absolutely going to go for the FA Cup. And I mean, look at where they are in Champions League, right? I mean, I respect y'all. That's why I'm saying, like, they're going to go for it. And so the Carabao Cup, because they're going to make it to the final. They'll be in the final there.
Are they though?
They'll be in the final.
Yeah.
They're playing with aura.
Spurs are terrible.
They're playing with aura. The aura will take them into the final. The aura might not win the final, but it'll take them there.
Hey, I would love a North London derby in the final, because I am so confident that we would wreck their world.
Yes, you would. Yes.
I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
In a final, yes, Arsenal are good at Wembley, but Salah's been there, done that. Van Dijk been there, done that. Trent been there, done that. They
But this is where, and Liverpool are actually, because I guess I have to bring up my own team, right? Liverpool are actually doing it right, where this is where some Kyle Walker remorse. I would sell him before he becomes Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
Because City could have sold Walker, made money. They would have went into the market, bought a fullback, and there you go. And so I think they don't lose anything by letting him go, because they already know he's going to go.
Yo.
So just let him go.
He's going.
Get your 20.
Let Madrid come knocking for like 25, 30 mil. Yeah, I got a man on a bargain for you right now. You want a $25 million?
Make him come with one more. Make him come with one more. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. But I would sell him, because he's not like a defensive presence. So it's not like he's not stopping anyone. So you're like, in Madrid,
but his crossfield passes and he's got the shot on him. I mean, he's quality going forward, and that's why Madrid want him.
And that's great, but I think going forward, Poole is gonna have to lock up and tighten up on defense. And I think that's what, if they go into the window, anything, what it'll do is create the excuse for them to go buy defenders. And if they get back, and so I think it's fine if they keep him, but if they sell him, they're playing with house money either way. Again, they are. What's the damn difference in the table? It's 45-39 with a game in hand.
It's huge. The goal difference is big as
and
well.
And they're going to win the game in hand, so they're 9 points clear.
Well, I mean, that's that good at that game. And I'm delusional, man. I'm delusional. I'm going to keep throwing your roadblocks up. If that's that Goodison, man, who knows, dude? The last Merseyside derby.
But see, the roadblock you just threw up motivates Salah, because when Salah said, "Hey, this is the last time I'm playing City," Salah played. Everywhere for Salah is the last time he's playing there, so he's giving it world beater energy.
Yeah, because
Van Dijk, this is the last time I'm playing there.
Yeah.
homie is killing it. He's on absolute fire, dude.
The only thing that stops Liverpool is a Salah injury. That's it. That's it.
I hope you're wrong. I really do.
That's the only thing that stops him.
But
I mean, this looks like the COVID year when they ran through the league, man. Yeah. You can't tell me it doesn't look like it.
Konate's back. Konate is going to be back for United for this game. So Joe Gomez going down doesn't even, is not even going to affect him as much. I honestly, I of course want Poole to drop points.
Yeah.
I do not. This ain't the game.
It's not.
This is not the one. It's going to be and yes, I'm wondering what the personnel is going to be for United. I would play a back seven. I would just.
Do they have 7 defenders?
I mean, Johnny Evans is still there. Is Phil Jones still there? Call that Phil Jones. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be a massacre. I'm interested in who's gonna start for Poole up top, but either way, man, Jota's gonna run riot or Diaz. Luis Diaz is on fuego. Yeah, man, he's crushing it. So
yeah, man.
I on the NBC Sports Predictor app, I put 4-0 as like a realistic. But if it gets going early,
no.
And again, it's Mo Salah. My last game at Anfield against United, he's punching him in the face, man. He's punching him in the face, man. And there's nothing else.
Yeah, you got a scoreline? What are we thinking?
I'm gonna say 4-1.
Yeah.
I don't give him. I was gonna give him a goal, but I'm looking at their last 5 games, right? And outside of playing Spurs and City, where City lost to them, but they haven't scored in their last 3 games. They're not scoring against Poole. Not in Anfield. They're not scoring. I'm going 3-0. I want to go on to 10, but I'm gonna be realistic and say 3.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. Definitely gonna be rough. Speaking of gonna be rough, Postecoglou job on the line, maybe. It's looking pretty. They've lost 9 games. They've lost half their Premier League games, man. And they ain't winning this one.
I just need them to sell me Van de Ven, and we'll be fine.
Van de Ven is injury prone as Reece James, bro.
He's way faster.
Not with them handies, dude. Not with those handies, bro.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Spurs are struggling this season, and it's funny, right? Like the game against us, they kind of took a downhill turn and haven't really recovered. We haven't seen the same Spurs as last season. Sure, they have a little bit of injuries, but I don't think Posty loses his job.
Nah. There's nobody to replace him, man.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants that job, man. Like that.
Not Ryan Mason. Ryan Mason is chopping up the bit for that job. He has been his whole career ever since ever since they put him on the coaching staff. But I think that I don't know. Postecoglou's arrogance is akin to Arteta's in that he's just going to ride this train straight to hell. No matter the personnel, no matter what's going on. The only time we saw Ange switch it up this season, he smoked City 4-0. You remember they didn't get across the halfway line for the first 10 minutes of that game. And then out of nowhere, Maddison scores.
Yep.
And dude, the way Newcastle are running right now, have you seen their recent results? They put up like 17 goals in 5 games.
Won the last 5.
They're smacking teams. They're crushing, dude. Dumping goals. Isak is absolutely crushing it.
Yeah, man.
That's why they're asking 150 M's for him.
Yeah.
Fair. I think that's fair too.
Easy.
That's fair.
Dude, he is, dude. And if Ange, like I expect, comes with the same old, this will be a cricket score, dude. This will be. I expect that because Kulu's having a good season. Solanke's not doing too bad. So I expect them, because of the way Newcastle will be open, to get a goal. But they're going to have to skip the midfield.
Yeah.
Because Tonali, Joel Linton, and Bruno Guimaraes, as much as I legit hate all three of them, like I'm not a fan. Like if I was Jorginho, the next time we got close to Guimaraes, I'm giving him one of these. You know what I'm saying? You know, a little revenge. I do not like them at all, but
they're good.
It's because they are absolute bruisers, man. Guimaraes,
they're
like
bruised.
if I'm Pep Guardiola, break the bank. Break the bank, bring Guimaraes, because that's huge. They're going to run over Basuma and Sarr. Actually, I think Bentancur will be back, and he's going to get run over as well. It's
Bentancur is suspended. He's on a red.
I thought he'd finished his ban.
Now I'm looking at it. He's not playing.
That's not good.
They're going to get destroyed.
They're going to get wrecked. Destroyed. Yeah, I just
their injury list looks worse than City's injury list.
Oh, it's
on the one hand, you love it because we all love to hate Tottenham, but on the other hand, I play Newcastle next at home in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
And you know how you said you expect Liverpool to at least win one tournament? Dude, Newcastle are the dark horse of this Carabao Cup.
I'll give it to them.
I'm scared. I'm straight up legit. No, dude, I'm not. Dude, first of all, we're terrible at St. James.
Right.
We can't get it up for St. James. I don't know what is going on in the last couple of times we've been up there, but it's been horrifying. And the time before that was the push in the back and the ball's out of bounds and the
all that
BS.
Yeah.
And so if we don't bring it against Newcastle in the first game at the Emirates, like I legit think we need 2-goal lead.
Wow.
Like I desperately want a 2-0. Legitimately, because Newcastle are absolutely flying, and we're going to see it, dude. They're going to wreck Spurs. Anthony Gordon, dude, he's on fire. Dude. Yeah, I absolutely think they're going to wreck Spurs. And I don't know, man. 10 losses for Postecoglou.
Yeah, that might.
You know, where's the line? How long? Because it doesn't get better. Because Spurs play Liverpool, you know, in the Carabao Cup next after the Newcastle game. I think it's at home, but does it matter? Because they just took 6-3 at home. So, like, when's it going to give?
Yeah.
And especially if Spurs don't show up in the FA Cup game, which is the next weekend. I'm just saying, like, it could get really bad.
I still don't think they fire him because he's shown too much potential. So I don't know.
Just that 1 10-game run at the beginning of his tenure, and he's just been living off of that ever since. Hey, long may it can continue. Long may the craziness at 3-point lane continue. I love it. Because guess what? After the FA Cup, guess what Spurs' next game is? The Emirates Stadium.
Oh, y'all are going to love that one.
Yeah. Oh, y'all are going to eat that one.
Dude, so I think they've got like Gillingham or somebody in the FA Cup next weekend. But then it's the North London Derby on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday, which is weird. Why would that be on a Wednesday night? One of the biggest rivals. Anyway, so he might be staring down unless they need to, whoever they're playing in the FA Cup. Let me look that up. Right there, because they need to absolutely smash whoever that is in the FA Cup. Because if they don't, they're staring down a rough run of fixtures.
They play Tamworth on Sunday the 12th.
Yeah, there you go. They need to smash them
wherever they are.
They need to bring the whole everything they got and smash them. Can you imagine the head loss if they go out of the FA Cup, taking a heavy defeat
for that.
If they take a heavy defeat to Poole and then lose the North London Derby and put a half team out against whoever and lose in the FA Cup,
yeah,
just saying.
If he loses to the lower championship team, he'd get fired. I'll agree with that one. But losing to the juggernauts of the Prem, I don't think he'll get fired over that.
Yeah.
No. But are you not entertained?
This is why I'm here. This is why
I absolutely love it, Mr. Postacoglu. Yes, sir. I am entertained. But moving on to the other side of North London, the Arsenal travel to Brighton Hove Albion, who are kind of a weird team at the moment, right? They're, difficult to predict because they were in a horrid run, had a ridiculously terrible performance against Crystal Palace at home, but then they go and they get a last-minute equalizer at Aston Villa. So kind of an unknown quantity. And Jurriën Timber has gotten a 5th yellow card. And so I have a really bad feeling that Thomas Partey will be playing right back.
This game could be a draw.
You watch your mouth.
This game could be a draw.
Villa has literally, Brighton has drawn the 4 of the last 5 too.
This game, that's what I'm saying, bro. A lot of theirs are draws.
Arsenal have won 4 of the last 5.
Yeah. And they drew before that.
Well, we're unbeaten in 11 games, actually, 12 games or something like that. We dug ourselves such a hole already that it's gone kind of unnoticed, And
there's Liverpool, so yeah.
And Poole, that's what I'm saying. Poole are crushing it. So I definitely think that it's going to be – I just feel like all Arsenal games are similar these days. Everyone's looking at the way Everton and Fulham played against us and are kind of trying to replicate that. It's exactly what Ipswich did. And that's not Brighton's style, but I'm hoping they're like, oh, no Saka? Let's go for it.
Burned, right.
And with Jesus scoring goals, I think Havertz will be back. We had our back and forths about old Kai Havertz. And, I said it, man. I said it last season that Arteta has hung his hat on Kai Havertz working out. He's hung his Arsenal legacy on Kai Havertz working out. And, dude, when he said we're going to replace Saka with internal solutions, it's a good exercise. Man, I've lost it. I've just lost all faith.
Oh, yeah, who's going to be playing.
Oh, yeah, Havertz in the midfield, bro.
Oh, in the middle all day.
60 million down the drain.
All day.
It literally is down the drain.
Yeah, it's gone. That's another plant.
The drain. Oh, yeah.
Another plant, baby.
Bro. I'm telling you right now, if this project revive a player, if Project Save a Hoe continues, I'm telling you right now, man. If he just can, we've been linked to Christopher and Nkunku. If he goes for another Chelsea reject, I will lose my mind. I'm telling you, enough with Project Save a Hoe. This is just like, I can't even, man. I can't even. But all of that aside, because, I don't expect Arsenal to, there's all kinds of talk. You got Robbie Lyle, Don Robbie on AFTV, respect. He is the Don, but he's doing Transfer Daily every single day for AFTV. Dude, nothing's happening. There's nothing.
You don't think they're going to buy anybody?
Bro, have you seen Arsenal do anything in January worth noting
I'm trying to find some now.
No.
The last thing we did in January that was worth anything was Mesut Ozil.
Yeah, that's right.
We let Aubameyang go for free in January.
I think that was the original Project Save a Hoe, actually.
When Aubameyang went to Barcelona, that was for free in January. Oh, wait. Oh, my God, dude. The last January window we did anything was Trossard, Kivior, and we were trying to get Caicedo and Mudryk, and we ended up with Trossard and Jakub Kivior and Jorginho.
You're welcome.
Knowing Arteta, he's probably going to try to go sign Mud Dog.
Oh, bro.
Just get him off your hands. Just
I'll take it. Thank you.
Yeah, see what I mean? This is where I'm at. This is where my head is right now.
And he'll pay for the ban time. So
how many hits can I take? Because we're not doing anything worthwhile. Like everyone's talking about, oh, we should go get Marmoush. I would love to see Marmoush in an Arsenal jersey. He's tearing up the Bundesliga, dude. He's got like 39 goals and assists already. He's got something crazy GA already for Frankfurt. I would love to see that. I would love to see Kudus. I would love to see Gyökeres. I would love to see break the bank, man. Bring me Isak, but no.
Bring me Isak. You're not getting Isak, bro.
Bring me Victor Osimhen. His club hates him.
That's another 110 mil.
So Arsenal's considering a January move for Evan Ferguson from Brighton.
Please, no.
Hey, man, I was trying to give you some news.
Project.
Yeah, dude, he's stalled out. All that hype a season and a half ago. He's been injury prone. He's kind of stalled out a little bit. He doesn't even start, dude. Danny Welbeck's in front of him. Danny Welbeck is in front of him.
Y'all just always buy from the bargin bin, bro. You just
somebody said we need to bring back Alex Iwobi. I saw that somebody said we need to bring back Alex Iwobi.
To do what? Play soccer?
Y'all just go to the clearance rack and hit buy all. Just
this is where it's at for you. This is where I am right now. And we're staring down a ridiculous run. Speaking of fixtures, we got Brighton away, Newcastle at home, United at home, Tottenham at home, and then Villa at home. It doesn't stop either. Man City is on February 2nd, and then February 5th is the St. James, is the return leg of the Carabao semifinal at St. James. We play City in the week and freaking like back-to-back in like 3 days. And at least you don't have to
worry about your remaining Champions League legs. You can play C team, B team.
Can we though?
They have one, right? It's 2 games.
Qualified. Right? We play Zagreb and Girona.
They have 2 games left, but if they even lost both, you'll be fine.
Maybe. We're tied with 5 teams. We're just ahead on goal difference in the Champions League.
I don't see you losing. I don't see
what you mean tied with 5 teams?
Losing to
10 points. We're on 10 points in the Champions League with like 3
other teams.
That's
right. I'm thinking of Liverpool because Liverpool haven't lost the game. I'm like, what y'all
Liverpool, Milan, and then Arsenal are tied with like Barcelona and a couple of other teams.
Well, I don't know. Barcelona might not be there too long.
You're not gonna get knocked out of a playoff, or you won't get knocked into a playoff spot. Is what I'm saying. I'm
not sure we have clinched 8, but who knows? We'll burn that bridge when we get there because we got a whole bunch of other bridges to burn before we get to it.
I'm just saying that's 3 days before that semifinal second leg is what you're. Sorry, 6 days.
Yeah, so it's Zagreb, City, Newcastle. February 2nd is Manchester City.
Yeah, it's Girona Man City, Newcastle.
Yeah.
That's exactly. 29, 2nd, 5th. Bang, bang, bang the drum. No.
That's not going to be fun. Hopefully, if we smash Zagreb, 4-0, then we should be able to play a weekend side against Girona.
Oh, my God, bro. And I see what you're talking about. It's Newcastle 7th, Man United in the FA on the 12th.
Yeah.
Tottenham, huge rivalry game 3 days later. 3 days later, Villa, huge table game. 3 days later. Oh my gosh, bro.
It's
It's
no
every
joke.
3 days.
It's no joke, dude.
I don't
And it
want to
does
play,
not
bro. I
quit.
don't want my team in all of this. Are you kidding me?
It doesn't quit, bro.
I'd
It's no
shift the
quit.
Carabao so fast. Done. Don't care. It's the
Are
energy
you
drink
kidding me?
special.
No. I've never wanted the Carabao Cup more than I do this season. We have to win the Tin Pot Mickey Mouse Trophy. We have to.
Oh
I
my
will
gosh.
be furious
That's
if
every
we.
3 days, though, bro.
I'll be furious if we don't at least make the final. I will be so pissed if we don't at least beat Newcastle in the semis. I'll be so mad. Like, we have to, dude. I'm so desperate for anything positive right now, man. If you want to be the best, you gotta compete, dude. The quad is on. We're still on for the quad.
It's rough.
I'm telling you, I'm as delusional as they come.
I love it.
But as far as Brighton goes, I think that we can handle them. I think that we're gonna try to keep it in front of us. We're gonna try to stifle them and be boring, as is Arteta's want. But if they score first, it could get back and forth. But I'm hoping we come out 2-1 winners. I'm thinking we'll just edge it.
Yeah, I think a 2-1 is fair on the road.
Hopefully we won't be wearing. Yeah, there's no way we're wearing our third kit, our seafoam green, blue, purple kit, because they're a blue and white team at home. So we'll be in the black, which is nice. I like that. I like that away kit. It kind of looks like Mexico with the green and red and black, but I don't mind it. You got a score, X? What do you think?
0-0.
0-0.
He said a draw when he started, though. He said it felt like a draw when he started.
0-0.
That's what he said, though. X
All
is
right.
consistent, not anything else.
Hey, man. I'll cry. If it's a 0-0, I'll be so mad.
It's going to be Havertz, Jorginho. You're going to have Partey playing left back. It's 0-0.
Yeah. Rice hopefully will be there. Declan Rice will hopefully be there. But if it's Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, and then it's going to be like Trossard, Jesus. No, it'll be Martinelli, Jesus, and hopefully Nwaneri instead of Trossard, Jesus, Martinelli. But you know he's shoehorning Kai into the lineup.
Oh, yeah. It's
That's
immediately.
happening.
Left mid
That's
or
happening.
left center mid. Yep.
Yeah, it's gross. It's gonna be it's not gonna be awesome. And Calafiore will probably start at the left back. So yeah, I guess I could see the 0-0. That's disgusting. All right, moving on. We're moving on from that. That is absolutely disgusting. Speaking of sick to my stomach,
Yeah.
Chelsea are visiting Selhurst Park. What are you saying about this one, X? I think could be tough. You guys are not in the greatest of runs, and Palace are doing okay, I guess, as they got on the score sheet last time out versus Southampton. I think whoever scores first will be important in this game.
Absolutely. But it's man, Macarena's just lost the plot these last 3 games. And I don't know if it's because people have figured him out and know what our game plan is going to be. So they just defensively have hunkered down. And I mean, Ipswich punched us in the face. Like, I can't say.
Is Nkunku your problem?
We are going to leak goals at the end of the day. So not capitalizing on those deep runs and not being as selfless as Jackson is in moments, I do believe Nkunku pours into the ability to hold the ball up top, make the play, make the run into the corner flag. He's not a target man, and essentially, like,
he's tiny.
He's just not. Our style of play is to hit that guy in the middle, and Jackson seems to be able to get up there, knock it down, or at least hold the ball and play. He's very selfless as a center 9. He does play the ball off. He is looking for a pass, and Nkunku is going to take on his man. And like you said, he's tiny. He's hard to hit from those wing and the outside in that we like to play. That Macarena has been stressing this season. It's just, I mean, when we get punched in the mouth, all you got to do is sit deep and hope we don't have the talent to score, and that's what's kind of happened to us the last 3 games.
That's the way Palace tried to play against Arsenal, and the only reason we smashed them was because we scored in the 4th minute.
Yep.
If you look at the game before, they scored in like the 14th or something, and until like the 60th, it was a game.
Yep.
It was a game. We scored like right after they did. There was only like 5 minutes, but we didn't take the lead in that game for a long time. It was 1-1, and they were sat back, just like you said. They got a goal. They sat back, and we're just happy to keep them in front of us. And I think that's exactly what they'll do against you.
Oh, yes. 110%. 110%, man.
Jackson's not in danger of his 5th yellow because that resets at 19, so he can play. He can come back in.
Yeah.
I expect he will because Nkunku's been hot dog water.
Hot dog water.
And he wants out, apparently.
That's a nice way to say it. But, like, I don't know. Just look at the starting. I mean, it's sad to say, but I don't think Macarena, Macaroni over here, he just didn't take him serious. I mean, look at this lineup.
Yeah, I mean, disaster at left back is not serious.
Why are we starting? We don't have the workload that everyone else does. We don't need to be, we are theoretically I should say, in a title race. The game against Everton, sure, you chalk it up, you take a draw, but to lose to Fulham late, to come out to this game and not even show up and get punched in the face, it's just, I mean, it was lost plot from the beginning. I don't think Zhao deserves to start. I like him. I don't think he deserves to start. Nkunku, same thing. I like him. I just don't think he deserves to start. Coming out with disaster on the wing as a wing back is a absolute, like, that would get you fired. Like, if you're playing FIFA on professional, bro, that's the kind of thing that's going to just get you fired. Like,
you're getting that memo from the board. Hey, your
performance review. Bro, I'm telling you, like, if Bully's playing Football Manager, that notification is the first one hitting the cell phone. Like, I don't understand and get it. And then I understand players need rest, but then to play Jorgensen, to play Disaster, to play Adebayo, to play Zhao and Nkunku, it just, like, we have Conference League for a reason. Play those guys there.
Although it wasn't a penalty, I'll give you that. That was not a pen.
We've had plenty go our way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad at it. We have had plenty of games where they've gone our way with the decision to give pens. Yeah, I don't think it's a pen, but I mean, like I said, man, I've watched plenty of games this season where I've looked at it and been like, they gifted us one, they shipped us one, so it's, we got to pay it back, and that's how the game's supposed to be in a bigger nutshell. But I just don't like at this. Go ahead. No, I was just saying, when I saw the lineup, I was worried from the rip. You can't take any Premier League team. You cannot take any Premier League team this casually. You're gonna get punished, and we deserved every minute of it. And by the time he made the corrections, way too late.
Does it worry you about comeback power? About if your team goes behind, if this group goes behind?
Oh, 110%. It's, the resolve isn't. These guys are all so young. It's hard to have the fortitude that it takes to grind out a game, but it's easy for these guys to get hyped up and stay on top.
Is it unfair? Is it unfair to always be looking to Palmer to be the guy? Is it too soon for that, or is he needs to step up?
No, he needs. That's him. That's his mentality. That's why he came to Chelsea. That's what they told him day one. This is the game plan. This is your role at this club. If you can't do it, then you can't do it. And he took it that's why he decided to leave a championship trophy winning club to go be that guy somewhere where he was going to be that guy. At City, he was never going to be that guy. He was going to be amongst those guys. At Chelsea, he will be revered as, and when, that's what he wanted for his career, and what he wanted for whatever you want to call this. If he leaves us at the end of the 4.5, fine, but he's going to end up somewhere like Madrid or Bayern or Barcelona. And that's just the launching pad that he wanted for that career. So, yeah, absolutely.
I think he's going to do amazing for you. I think he's going to do amazing things. What do you say about Chelsea, Lewis? What do you think?
I mean, they're so weird to me, man, because I watched the team that I'm like, okay, they're upstart and they're doing the thing. I mean, I thought the biggest hole was the keeper, and then you change keepers and it didn't matter. So you're like, okay, I don't know what the problem is, man. And it's such a weird look because I mean they go from 2-1, 5-1 draw, 0-0 draw, and then losing to Fulham the way they did. Then Ipswich just saying, "Come here," and then I mean, I don't know. I mean, the funny thing is I think they were drinking their own Kool-Aid a little bit. I think it goes to X's point about them being young guys and being able to kind of front run. And I think this really, and again, this is sort of Enzo, the manager, actually can lead on this too because he's in the same position as Slot. Because you can say this is not his team, and they're just they weren't like a contending team last year. So where he has them now is
Huge
progress compared to that train wreck from last year.
12th season or 12th place right now. Last season, I'm good, bro. I'm sitting pretty. We're still in the FA. I'm good.
Yeah, so I look at that.
That's why you're still in it.
And the thing is even with the Mudryk thing, it was a thing, and then it wasn't a thing because they're like, but he didn't do anything for the team anyway. So
right,
just whatever. And so you look at that, and I mean, I think Palace at home is going to be a challenge, but I don't think. Palace is super inconsistent. They won their last one, but I think Chelsea has enough in them. I'd go like 3-1, 3-2. I think there will be goals in this game, but I think and Palace will give them a run. I think Chelsea's a better team overall.
Yeah.
Are you worried about the tank up top because Liam Delap gave you fits and starts? Are you worried about Mateta coming in hot? He's bigger, stronger, faster, probably. Could be the same kind of performance.
No.
And he's got people the likes of Ismail Assar and Eze backing him up. Bit more quality than Delap has behind him.
I mean, I don't think we're going to line up weak against Palace. So I think that there's going to be, defense in there that can handle that. Obviously, Cucurella, Levi. If we're going to play anybody, I think Disasi probably goes back to center if he plays. But the midfield's corrected, so I think the battle in the trenches can be won with not allowing them to win and push that ball so high and keep the big man in our face. Like
you got to win the second balls. You're going to have to win second balls.
And
Enzo and Caicedo will have to be big.
Which I've been harped on Enzo his entire stint at Chelsea so far. We are a different team when he's not commanding the mid. Like he is connecting the two very well with Caicedo as well. They are very good at, and that's why I like Lavia. I really do. I miss Connor in that role, but I really like the way what Lavia brings because he brings that N'Golo he brings this.
Again, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, which I'm worried about with him being so young with 2 injuries back to back like that. But he's playing undoubtedly probably one of the hardest roles to play on the entire field. So you're gonna get.
Do you think that the divorce bounce for Enzo was gone? Because clearly the divorce bounce was on fire for him.
Oh man, no, I don't, only because I don't know, maybe it is because I saw the other day, it was so funny that she put out a post saying that oh no, I'm actually kind of happy for him. I'm glad he's playing well. And I was like, oh no, you just had to eat. My girl just had to eat all of those words.
He was fueled off of the hatred, and now she's bringing peace.
And now she brought peace, and he was like, oh, now
I can't hit her.
Oh, yeah, the mojo's gone. Yeah. Yeah. She was like, oh, he's doing too good. I got to cut him off at the knees. And he's like, oh, it's not hurting you no more. I can't play well. I miss Enzo in there. It's just that we're a completely different squad. And it's funny because it's the first time where I've kind of looked at it because we play that squad in the conference. We play that squad when we play these lesser cup games. And it just did not look like we played the same type of football. Like it looked like our tactic was off. It looked like our press was not as like it looked like we had all of our sliders set like 10% less than what we normally do in all of those, in winning the second ball, in being in their face, in hitting transition quickly. It looked like we just didn't take them serious. Like, and I say it all the time, and it's a crux with the club since I've been following the club. If you ain't got money, or if we think that you can't play, we don't show up. We never have. We don't show up to those games. And that's why we lose seasons. That's why we lose coming in.
That's why we lose internet signal.
I was like, did he stop?
That's why they lose the internet signal halfway through the speech.
Or something.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be back soon.
There it is.
But there he is.
There you go.
Yeah, we just don't take clubs serious at all, man. Like if they're bottom table, we just don't play.
You should definitely take this one seriously. What do you got? You got a score for us? What do you think?
3-1.
3-1. I think it'll be. I think it might be a bit crazy, man. This one might be like a 4-2.
I think it's goals.
Is what it's going to be. Yeah.
Yeah. In my, I was working on my tips and predictions video earlier that I'm going to be putting out tomorrow. Get the notification bell on so you know when that comes out. I was my safe bet for this game was the over. Was over 2.5. I definitely think there's going to be mad goals in this one for sure. But yeah, I'm back in Chelsea to get the win as well. Speaking of getting the win, Manchester City hosting the West Hammers, who are abysmal and have got even more injury woes as Jared Bowen has suffered a broken foot. So it's looking like Falkirk up top, who why did Fulkrug go from Dortmund to West Ham?
London?
Somebody at West Ham is doing some voodoo, some kind of magic, because why did Mo Kudus go to West Ham when he had all these options?
London?
And now Fulkrug, who was very good in the Champions League last season for Dortmund,
London,
is now in West Ham. And this is probably his opportunity now, right? He's definitely going to get a run out down the middle. I feel like. What? Erling Haaland back on the score sheet last time out. City got the shutout. They shouldn't have, but they managed to. What you saying, Lewis? Encouraged? Excited? West Ham are terrible. You should beat them.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
Bounce
if
back
this
game.
was last season, I would be comfortable saying that, but this is the most inconsistent team ever. Like, for example, I was super critical of Savio the first half, man. Like, he was so wasteful with his chances. Like, this guy, he's clearly got talent, but his football IQ was not there yet. And so he's taking too many touches. He's doing dribbles, and the way he plays defense on the weak side is really, really strange. And what you saw in the second half is when the ball was on his side, he was engaged. But when the ball is not in front of him, he's not engaged. And this is where he's supposed to be the spark. I am encouraged, even though I don't know what they'll do, is by McAtee playing. McAtee came on for Foden, and he brought a spark. He brought a Foden-like spark, if anything, right, to the young Foden spark. And he was just in places. And I think that's what City is missing, is just guys with legs, man. Like, if they had guys with legs that got to places and kind of knew where to be, I'd feel good about it. I mean, defensively, I I jokingly said, hey, we got a clean sheet, because that's all I was shooting at. I mean, did they deserve a clean sheet? If I lived in a world that deserved, a lot of things wouldn't happen. I'm taking the clean sheet because that's what it was. And
yeah, Vardy whiffed in the 6.
Yeah, man. And there was a couple of them. And you look at that and you say, well, with this team, it's a confidence thing, it's a rhythm thing. Do I think there's another clean sheet? If I'm being honest, no. I think If I'm being honest, West Ham is not great, but they also have been sort of mediocre at the level of City. And if I'm being honest, my heart says a draw, right? I get a draw from that. I'm being honest. They're like, I mean, they drew to Everton. They didn't look like super convincing over Leicester, man. Like, it wasn't like they dominated.
No, but have you watched West Ham?
Yeah, but I mean, West Ham has been getting results, though. I mean, they won 2, they drew 2, and they lost to Pool, who everyone's lost to Pool. So, I mean.
Yeah, but did you watch them versus Pool?
But but I mean, they get results. I mean, we're not going to go off of one game, because if I'm going to go off of one game, then I can use the Leicester game.
But they were pitiful against Arsenal as well.
Hey, well, I'm looking at the last 5 results, man. I can't go against Arsenal. Like, I'm looking at them get more results than City.
I'm just saying the caliber of team. Yeah. Normally, City would be in the Arsenals, and you're normally they're above us, right? So I'm wondering about the mentality of West Ham and how deep they're going to sit, and if they're going to offer anything at all going forward. They should, because you're horrible against transition right now. So
and
they should
defending and all that. Yeah,
but will they? I think they're going to be scared. Forest gave you a lot of respect despite a horrid run, and you wrecked them, And so if West Ham give you that amount of respect, especially with a little bit of confidence from last game.
I mean, if I'm optimistic, I'd say 3-1. But if I'm being the realist based on what I see, I'm going 2-2 draw. I'm being honest. I mean, because I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid because I wasn't satisfied with what I saw. Like, they didn't really, like, for example, the Savinho goal came off a rebound where the keeper just parried it poorly. Mm-hmm. I mean, he didn't earn that. Like, I mean, he earned it, but he didn't. Like, he just ran on it because all the play up to that was mediocre from him. He was dynamic, but he had no end product. So it's mediocre because if I beat you, but then I fall before I get to the finish line, I didn't beat you. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's silly. And
but the first goal was classic Haaland.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, and the thing
about cross to the back post, he just goes up and dunks it.
But then Haaland looked rough in the first half, though. Like, he was looking rough in the first half. I mean, maybe that second half gives him the confidence because De Bruyne even looked more energized in the second half when he played the ball to Savinho. So, I mean, maybe. I mean, but they're literally a team of 2 halves, man. Like, leads are not safe. So until I see some consistent anything, I'm 2-2 draw, 3-1 optimism win.
I think this is a perfect opportunity to find some of that consistency, finally get back-to-back wins in this horrific run you're on. I think that if you look at the way Haaland was, because I've been keeping an eye on him. If you look at the way he played against, who did you play right before Leicester? Everton. If you look at he was very frustrated. He looked isolated. Yeah. He looked like he was yelling at some of the other guys, not as willing to make the runs. But after he scored against Leicester,
he went back and got the ball.
Two separate times he came back, got the ball, turned, and did what no one thinks. Haaland can't dribble. Haaland can't make chances.
He had a couple of passes. Yeah,
he had a couple of dribbles. He beat a guy one time. Yes, after his goal.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, just like Jesus got the chip, the little dink for his first goal in the League Cup against Palace, and now he scored 6 off the back of that. I'm saying Haaland looked a little bit more like, okay, maybe I've got a little bit of that confidence back, and he looked a little bit more like himself after his goal. So I'm kind of backing him to have another good game.
Well, my thing is I support that, but the greatest issue is the midfield. Like, the midfield is not connecting them. So if the midfield play is bad, it doesn't. That could all be great, and then he don't get any service. And then,
but also let me say this though: if Haaland had finished every single chance that he's gotten in the last run of your games, it'd be a whole different conversation we'd be having about. So maybe he might be coming back into some clinical form.
Do you feel like that's been City's problem? Is that Haaland isn't scoring as prolifically?
Oh God, no. That's
been,
like fourth or fifth.
Some of his misses have been awful.
Yes, yes, but I don't think that's like fourth on the list or something.
No, yeah, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
But like the penalty he took in the other game where he just had zero confidence when he took
that was
penalty.
terrible. That was a horrible penalty.
Terrible.
Zero.
I mean, Pickford was giving him the before the
Hey man, but you as a keeper, you gotta get what you can get.
As a keeper, yeah, dude, yeah. I'm not gonna watch Jordan Pickford tongue at me the whole time. Yeah, no, I'm good.
You get what you can get. Hey, I'm appreciative of the results. They're not they got a clean sheet, which I think they needed. But like for example, backline Ake is still not 100%. You see, he can't run, and I mean Akanji looks closer to being at least healthy, but then like Walker didn't start, and then they put him in there. He wasn't awful in the game, but that's because they didn't need him to do anything because Leicester didn't really offer anything. So it's a weird thing. And if there's a midfield there, then I'll feel confident. But the midfield is really where it ticks because De Bruyne looked bad in the Everton game. He looked bad. He looked average at the beginning of Leicester, but the second half, and because even in the first half of the game against Leicester, like Foden literally looked like I'm gonna score. Like, hey man, give me the ball every time. I'm gonna try to do something. He had no end product, but he was trying. And I mean that's fine and all, but him trying didn't really create a cohesive unit in that first half. But his trying did create you got the dynamic guys who just go off energy and you get a rebound goal.
I think this one will depend on how long it takes you to score.
Yeah.
If it's 75th minute and it's still 0-0,
yeah, it's right back to where it was.
Worried.
It could
but
be.
That's why it's either a draw or a 3-1. West Ham will score. I have zero confidence in the defense, but I've been consistent about this for like years. 2 years, hey man, they can't defend. I've been on that consistently.
Maybe if Mo Kudus does a madness, but I mean, who else? Because no Bowen.
But I mean, the thing is, the goals that have been scored against City come from people who are just playing in the right place on the wing. Because Kyle Walker is literally, hey man, I can outrun you. All right, well if I'm going to play left wing, I can't wait to see him because he's going to play off me. All I got to do is go just basically hug the line. He's going to play all the way in. And then if I got just a decent pass.
Kudus will dust him. Kudus will dust Kyle Walker if Kyle Walker plays.
I'm probably notice I'm not speaking negative. I'm speaking reality. So it's about being honest about your team, man. It's just they could win. I don't see a clean sheet. I think I want to win, but I think it's going to be a draw.
What do you think, X? You got a score for this one?
I think City bounce on this. I think it's 2-0. Hammers are bad, bro.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be 3.
Hammers are bad. I just don't think they're gonna have enough of the. I don't think they're gonna have enough of the ball, like to ever do anything.
That'll be fine. They're gonna sit so deep. It's gonna be 11 guys in the box.
Gets countered. Like I love that, but they get countered, man.
I think you'll be okay.
I think you'll be just fine.
I think
maybe. I see what you're saying, and maybe, but I have also watched a bit of West Ham this season. Dude, they were horrible versus Pool. Horrendous versus Pool. Like, they were Southampton bad against Pool. No, I'm not even joking, man. They were Ipswich bad against Liverpool. I have not seen. In fact, I think they were. I have not seen Ipswich play that bad.
I was about to say, man, they just cracked us, so I can't say anything.
I have not seen Ipswich play as bad as I've seen West Ham play this season, and I'm honestly shocked that Lopetegui is still in the job. I'm amazed that they haven't brought David Moyes back yet.
Is he the go-to for everybody?
Do it. Do it.
Oh my goodness.
Live.
Yeah, but I expect City to win this one. It should be a good game at least. There is a number of things going on this weekend. Did you know that the Italian Supercoppa is being played in Riyadh?
Yeah, that's why there was nobody there. I think I sent y'all that picture of that. Nobody in the stadium.
Nobody was there.
Which
Why?
I hope.
Why?
Well, money, but I hope La Liga sees this, even though it's not us, because La Liga wants to play. I think the Spanish Super Cup final or the Spanish one of their cups, not the league, but they want to play.
Copa del Rey?
Yeah, they want to play Copa del Rey final here. And while yes, we would fill the stadium because there's tons of Latino people here and Real Madrid and whoever they play, because I'm already assuming they're in the final or Barcelona. They have a following, but God. If this is not telling them stop, just can we please? I'm not even a purist. Like, you guys know I'm not a purist at all.
Right.
But this is disgusting, man. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're already going to do another Winter World Cup in 8 years? Like, come on, man. Like, stop it. Just stop.
That being said, it was a good game today. Inter Milan and Atalanta. I expected Atalanta to do better. Inter won 2-0. I was listening to some conversation about people's chances in the Champions League. Dude, Inter Milan are mean. They are mean.
Well, they won.
They haven't been scored on in like 5 games. They're crushing teams. Like, I know Pool are killing it, and they're on top, and they haven't lost in the Champions League. But I think people are sleeping on Inter Milan, man. I mean, we were crap against them, honestly, at the San Siro. But and Leverkusen beat them in the 95th minute. They're going to be tough.
This new Champions League format is similar to the new college football playoff, in my opinion. Of this first iteration, you have no idea who's going to win because it's just so unpredictable, because the teams and the players are so used to one way that they don't know which games they're supposed to get completely jazzed up for. And if I got to be hyped up for 8 games instead of like I can smoke through 3 or 4 of them, it changes the dynamic, because that's sort of a reallocation of energy. I mean, Inter has been consistent. They're 1 point off the top of the table behind Atalanta and Napoli. And well, actually, they're 1 point off with a game in hand, so they
have
win
a game in hand,
so they'd be top of the table. But I mean, they've been consistently good, and that's where what's the dude? Is it Lautaro Martinez? Yeah, he's been beasting. He's been beasting like he's always been. So
I would take him at Arsenal.
Oh, bro, I would take dude.
So
Yeah.
So you look and you're like, but the thing is that just like English football is better, is different than when you go in the Champions League. Italian football is different than when you're in the Champions League. So as much as I want to agree, I think if it was last year's Champions League format, I would totally jump on to what you're saying. But because I don't know what this Champions League is yet,
it's a Super League is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know how to compartmentalize that, because like what we haven't dealt with, a team being basically off for a whole round. We've never dealt with that. Like, these guys are not going to play at all.
Right.
And so I was talking about this with a couple of people about the college football playoff and the NFL playoffs, so where buys don't really help people. Like, having that week off ruins your consistency. And so I don't know how that affects these guys who will the top 8 teams who sit out.
So the top 8 will sit out, and then 16 through 24 through 32 are playing against each other to see who the next 8 is.
Right, and I think that juice pushes them, man. Because if I had to fight through
9 through 24 will play against each other to see who the next 8 is. Yeah,
to play the next 8. Yeah, and so, but I just think, to say for example, like Madrid and City, and these names are in that circle. Like the next group of teams they're playing a jazzed up team that just had to stave off elimination, man. Like, I don't know how you can't fight that when you're fighting quality guys, because now they're like, well, we had to work to get here and you were just sitting at home. And
It's
I
going to
mean,
be like AC Milan versus Paris. You know,
Yeah.
it's going to be juggernauts. It's going to be,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Madrid
so it doesn't make it easy.
versus flipping Dortmund or
man.
something, you know.
I'm
We don't
excited to
want-
see it, but you know, at the same time, I don't know. And the thing about it is I think the results of this year and the feel of the teams who get that bye will actually play a hand in the next strategy of, do we want the bye? You know, because I mean, you might not want it, and that makes it something interesting, because clearly you want to give your players time, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think Inter is going to be a tough one. I mean, they were like the real deal last year, and obviously they were in the final the year before that. So I think they're pushing their way to where they're supposed to be, or where they feel like they deserve to be. And I don't think anything's wrong with that. You know, I think it's
that's open
super
season,
cool.
man.
Huh?
I think it's open season. I think anybody can take it, man.
I
Atalanta.
don't think Madrid is going to win it, or I don't think Barcelona is going to. I don't think the traditional team is going to win the Champions League this year.
Don't
This is
sleep
where,
on
like I
Bayern
mentioned
Munich
before.
either.
No,
you can't sleep on Bayern either.
No.
You know.
Well, and that's because they have like a new young coach, and I think that plays a role in that as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. This is what I was saying to you before, Jake. Like, Arsenal have a real chance, man, because
we do.
This is completely wide open. And I mean, it's funny just talking about European trophies, because I'm not going to knock X on it. I mean, you guys should walk through conference.
Dude,
like,
it's a disgrace. If you don't win the conference league, that's a shame. That's a pit. That's pitiful.
It's pitiful. Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would cost Macaroni his job.
Yeah, dude, you gotta win the conference. You gotta win.
100%.
If West Ham,
so because who's in there? Like,
West
what is
Ham,
the other team there?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Hold on, now I got to see who else is in there, man. Because
I think maybe Fiorentina.
Because if it ain't nobody in there, man,
I think Fiorentina is like the only other team in the
Fiorentina is
conference
in third. Real Betis is in there, so you got a La Liga team.
Betis, man, they're not great.
But I mean, I'm just talking about like league wise. That's it, man. Yeah, Chelsea should walk this.
Yeah, that'll be
Copenhagen in there, I guess.
That'll be embarrassing if you come to the knockouts, play your team, and get beat. That'll be a horror show.
I mean, Chelsea's been playing their B team, and they have 26 goals. No other team has more than 10 and 12.
I heard somebody say that Chelsea are Europe's highest scorers. And I'm like, bro, that is the most disingenuous stat I've ever heard in my life. 8-0 versus Noah's Ark.
They have a 21 goal difference.
I think he froze.
I don't know. This thing keeps. I think it's his computer.
Yeah. But what's funny about that is I think Poole and Arsenal both have a chance to win Champions League. Chelsea should walk the Conference League. But neither Spurs nor United are going to win the Europa League.
No. Nope. Not at all.
They are not going to. No. That's not going to happen. Oh, my God. But yeah, it should be a fantastic weekend in the Premier League and all around leagues. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I've definitely got a tips and predictions video coming out in the morning. Been working on that as well, so stay tuned for that. And we're going to try to keep these the regular show going 9 o'clock on Thursday nights. It's definitely something we're going to try to keep going. And there'll be plenty of more content on the channel. Of course, you got the match reactions. We might be doing some watch-alongs soon, so there's definitely plenty coming down the pipeline. Of course, go ahead and smash up the likes for a wonderful weekend in the Premier League. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Of course, thanks for being here. Let us know what you think.
You got to throw a Happy New Year in there, man. You got to throw a Happy New Year. It's 2025.
Of course it is. What is the second? Is the first show of the new year.
Yeah, man.
Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you did have a wonderful Christmas, wonderful holidays, whatever you're celebrating out there. It is 2025 already. Hopefully you're gonna have a good new year and a good year.
That's right.
As we move into this one. But yeah, it's definitely been a good show tonight. Hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. And we will see you next time.